Hello friends, my name is Dhruv. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And distracted. And today we are here to talk about how life sucks, and we are going to do this in 3 parts. Part number 1, technology. Part number 2, psychology. Part number 3, sociology. And if you like the content that you see here, please consider subscribing. If you want to press the bell icon, you can do that, and then you can also tell your friends about what this was and how it should be. Hi, my name is Dhruv. You're watching Logophilia TV, and this is Don't Sweat It. And today we are doing that promised video. We're doing that video about how to give feedback to a person. Now, you just watched me doing a terrible piece about mimicking somebody that does not exist. But whatever you like, just imagine for a second that person actually exists. Imagine for a second that you actually saw that happening. If this is a person that came to you for feedback, what would you say to this person? Now, from a public speaking perspective, there's a lot that's obviously wrong with that person. From a business strategy perspective, there's a lot that's not so wrong about that person. But yeah, it's kind of a mix of both. But a lot has to be taken into consideration before you actually go ahead and give feedback to somebody. And some of the most important parts of that are really simple and boil down to this one thing. Number 1, I'm just getting straight to it. Number 1, do you really trust that? Yeah. I'll find my ways of getting around time. Number 1, ask yourself, is this person for real? What does that mean? Is this person really looking for feedback, or is this person just looking for attention? There are people who come to you just for attention because, hey, you're cool. They look up to you as a person, and they want you to give them some time. For them, victory is just finding your time. I don't know who it was, but I do remember that Yamini Joshi introduced me to this one line that really stuck in here somewhere. And that line was that I just wanted the wings, I didn't really want to fly. So very quickly check, is this person for real looking for feedback, or is this person just wanted to hang out with the cool kids? And if you just wanted to be in your presence, don't waste your time. If this person is for real, chances are that this person might just be. Why do I say that? I say that this person might just be for real because, most people are very afraid of being vulnerable publicly. Most people are very unlikely to come and ask for feedback. If somebody is looking for feedback, you can see it in their eyes. I did a head turn for a crow. You can see it in their eyes. You can see the sincerity of their need to improve right in their eyes, right there. If you can, just go with that gut instinct. If you can't, if you suspect something, go ahead and ask them, why do you want this feedback? And see the clarity with which they come back with a statement. If they fumble on that, or if they seem to be giving socially desirable answers, again, you can choose not to deliver feedback because maybe you're just wasting everybody's time, and maybe you're just encouraging a bad habit in somebody. Let's be optimistic about it. Let's think that this person's for real. Well, now we have a responsibility. And we're going to break it down into parts. So, part number 1. Very matter of fact today. I like this. Part number 1. Your feedback is going to be an experience for this person. And if done well, it could be a life-altering experience for this person. Your feedback is not like reading a government notification comes to you in your SMS saying, for the following purposes, you're required to submit your taxes. That's a whole different thing. Your feedback is going to be an experience for this person. It's going to be like like a bookmark that is placed in the middle of the leaves of the pages of this person's life. Your feedback could either break this person or make this person. And therefore, we need to be careful. So, if it's an experience, ask yourself, what about the experience that you as a feedback provider, do you want this person to go back with the most? Do you want this person to go home feeling that he completely sucked and that there was nothing good about what he did? Or do you want to go with this person to go back with a much more objective analysis of what was done according to you and what could have been done according to you? And look how I keep throwing that disclaimer there, saying it's just according to you, because you're not the only person. There are 7.3 billion of us, and people are very different in how they respond to the same thing. So number one, let's balance this out. Let's balance this out. Life needs a lot of winning combinations, and feedback is not an exception to that. So let's balance out the feedback. So start up your feedback process with luring this person in. Make it sound evil, don't I? Well, it's not really that bad actually. Give it some time. So, luring this person in, there are ways of shutting off a person. See, if you start off with completely negative stuff, you're going to possibly remind this person of some of the harshest critics, some of the most negative, toxic people that this person has ever encountered. And it is very possible that this person may just get shut up, saying, wow, I'm sorry I asked you for feedback. This is not what I wanted. There's a much more dangerous possibility involved over there. That dangerous possibility is, it is possible that you don't shut off this person, and it is possible that this person goes home feeling just completely disheartened and very daunted, saying, there were 10 things that this person saw in me, and all 10 things were negative, which means 100% of what was given to me had the absence of positivity. There is nothing good in what I do, and therefore let's just quit. A lot of people who come to you for feedback are very likely to be in an impressionable stage in the development of their careers, in the development of their journeys, in the early stages of their paths. And a lot of care needs to be exercised about how you talk to them. So why not just be honest? See, when you go into a movie and you decide to stick around for 2 hours, sitting right there watching all of that, ask yourself, did you like everything about that movie? Or did you hate everything about that movie? It's never really all, right? Life is not about absolutes. So let's not be those persons. Let's give them the honesty. So these are the 4 things that I liked. Let's be objective. These are the 4 things that I liked. These are the 6 things that might require a little bit of work. Notice the respect with which I talk over there. I said might require. I did not say you should work on this. I did not say you need to work on this. I said might require. I'm creating a little vagueness about it, because if you're a sophisticated person, you might want to consider understanding that Heraclitus was not joking when he said nothing is permanent but change. So what you think to be absolutely gospel truth today might not be true tomorrow. What you think to be a universal truth might not be applicable to everyone, and that might not be held as everyone's opinion. So let's throw in those mights. That brings me to number 2. So number 1 was balance it out. Give them a mixture of everything. Give them granularity in how you deliver your feedback. Don't just say, I liked it. Let's tell them why. So, coming to number 2, throw in disclaimers. Say things like, I could be wrong. Say things like, in my humble opinion. saying things like, this could just be one episode of me thinking this way. When this person leaves your room or leaves the session or leaves the experience of the feedback that you're creating, this person should not, and I'm saying should in the capacity of a public speaking expert, this person should not go home. Let me calling myself an expert. This person should not go home thinking that now he or she has created a reputation in your mind about something negative that you pointed out. Did you understand that? Was I able to communicate that? So let's do an example. Let's say that I come to you with feedback saying, why do you always do this? Now, I've just heard you out for about, let's say, a 4-minute speech that you did. There is no question of always. I've just known you for 4 minutes. How do I even say always there? So what would be a better way of saying that? A better way of saying that would be, I noticed that there was this one time when you took a very long pause before you said something, and it seemed to me that whilst you may have been thinking, it came across to me that you may have been underconfident in that moment. Let's maybe try not to make that transparent. Now, this was me giving feedback to somebody who took a long pause. Get it? So, I don't want to get this person to go home thinking that asking me for feedback was a huge mistake. I don't want this person to go home with a very low self-esteem. I don't want this person to go home with the fear that this person may have created a negative reputation for herself and themselves. Yeah? That's point number 2. Point number 3, and I think this could just be the last one here. Point number 3, because we said earlier that there's always this possibility of this being just one person's opinion, that there's always this possibility of this person's feedback being invalid, irrelevant, or just simply wrong. Let's create room for that person to walk away freely without an absence of self-esteem if that person chooses not to follow your feedback. Let's deliver feedback in such a fashion that this person does not feel obliged, burdened to comply with your feedback, to follow your feedback. Let there be a tomorrow in the relationship that you have with this person, and let that tomorrow be like this person can meet you with a smile and say, hey, that thing you pointed out that day, I'm happy that you did. I'm still wondering how that can be applicable to my situation, and I will come back to you whenever I figure that out. But I'm, at the end of the day, genuinely glad that you pointed that out. Let there be that much positivity in the relationship that you care between the two of you. A lot of people are very dismissive in the way they give feedback, and this person includes those people. I'm one of those people. A lot of people are very high-handed when they deliver feedback, and it seems to come across that if you don't follow what they want you to follow, that you're going to hurt them or offend them in some way. I've done that, I've been that person, I still am that person sometimes. And let me tell you, if I was receiving my own feedback, I would feel fairly belittled as a person at times. I would not enjoy that process. So a lot of where I'm coming from here is an active visualization of how it must feel to receive feedback from Dhruv, because he's very condescending, he's very dismissive, he's very authoritative when he delivers feedback, and frankly, it doesn't help me walk home with very good feeling at the end of it. If I have to receive feedback from Dhruv, I have to be a much bigger person with a very high self-esteem to be able to objectively take down all the points that are of value and leave out all the rest, like the beautiful people at Linkin Park say. So With that having been said, delivering feedback is an art, and it's an art that I can't think of a single person who should not know how to possess, especially parents, especially teachers, especially peers, especially anyone who communicates with another person. Please be humane about this process, because the other person is being fairly great, fairly extraordinary in being one of the very few people who had the humility and an evolutionary instinct to come over and ask for suggestion and ask for help. She, he, they could have chosen not to have done that. These people could have chosen not to involve you in their journey. That is extremely true. And therefore thank them for finding you worthy of being spoken to. This is Dhruv. If this made any sense to you, please like this video. If you want some more such videos, you know what to do. That's the bell icon, that's the subscribe button. Please tell your friends. Thank you for being at Logophilia TV today. It's called Logophilia TV, not Logophilia TV. Bye.